You need to know the adaptations of the three neurons. We're going to start off with the sensory neuron. The sensory neuron is connected to the receptor cells in a receptor. Dendrites are connected to the receptor cells in a receptor. So in this case, the dendrites are connected to the receptor cells in the eye. I'm now drawing the dendron. The dendron then connects to the cell body, and then the axon, and now I'm drawing the axon terminals, which are the end of a neuron. These are the myelin sheaths that surround the neuron of the sensory neuron. So let's now label it. This here is the dendron. The dendron is connected to the dendrite. This is the cell body where you find the nucleus, the genetic information. This is the cell body of the neuron cell. This is the axon, and these are the axon terminals, the end of the neuron. So these are the axon terminals. These are the myelin sheaths in orange. It's question time. Attempt these questions to check your understanding. So what are the adaptations now of the sensory neuron? Number one, there are many dendrites. Many dendrites. There are few synapses, and it's got long dendrons. All of these three work together to increase the transmission speed of electrical impulses. They increase the speed of electrical impulses. The adaptations of a relay neuron as follows. It's got dendrites, but no dendrons. It's got dendrites, but no dendrons. It's got a cell body where the nucleus is and the genetic information is stored. And then you've got axons and axon terminals. So the relay neuron's got axons and axon terminals. The axon is unmyelinated. The relay neuron has got many dendrites. Many dendrites. The adaptations are as follows. No myelin sheath, many dendrites, and it's found in the spinal cord and in the brain. It's question time. Attempt these questions to check your understanding. The motor neuron is the final neuron of the reflex arc, which is connected to the relay neuron on one side, and on the other side, the effector. So as you can see here, the motor neuron has got a cell body, which has got the nucleus in it. It's got many dendrites. So it's got a cell body and many dendrites. It's got an axon and some axon terminals. The myelin sheath insulates the axon. The axon terminals are connected, in this case here, to an effector muscle. So this here is the effector, and in this case, it is a muscle. It can also be a gland. So the electrical impulse is going to come from the relay neuron across the synapse and then into the dendrite of the motor neuron. The dendrite, and it's then going to go into the axon. There's no dendron, so it's in the axon, and the myelin sheath insulates so it's not lost. It gets to the axon terminals, which connects to the effector, which then causes the muscle to contract. So this here is the myelin sheath. Remember, the myelin sheath insulates the neuron, which is a fatty layer. This here is the axon. It is not a dendron. There is no dendron. This is an axon, and these are the axon terminals that connect to the effector from the axon. It's question time. Attempt these questions to check your understanding. Press pause to answer the questions. The answers are going to follow, and if you're stuck, just rewatch the video. Press pause to go through your answers and make any corrections to your mistakes. If you made any mistakes, go back and watch the video again.